Mesenchymal harmatoma of the liver is a benign tumor of infancy characterized by an administration of epithelial tissues in a loose connective tissue stroma with fluid accumulation suggestive of lymphomatic channels. Alteration involving chromosome 19q13 are a recurrent underlying cause of MHL. MHL can cause microRNA alterations that also can cause DICER syndrome. DICER syndrome is a tumor predisposition syndrome that features several dysontogenic cyst conditions in young children, most notably pleuropulmonary blastoma and cystic nephron.
Benign tumor vs malignant tumor.
A tumor is an abnormal growth of cells that serves no purpose. There are two main classifications of tumors. One is known as benign and the other as malignant tumor. Benign tumors always non-cancerous and malignant tumors always cancerous. Okay, now, we are going to study different of benign tumor vs malignant tumor.
Different number 1, rate of growth.
Always malignant tumors rate of growth rapid than benign tumors.
Different number 2, mode of growth.
Benign tumor growth always non-invasive and malignant tumors invasive. Invasive mean, tending to spread very quickly and undesirably or harmfully.
Different number 3, capsule.
Benign tumor always cover from capsule, but in malignant tumor we can't see any capsule. Because of absent capsule, there high chance to spread malignant tumor.
Different number 4, hemorrhage and necrosis.
Hemorrhage and necrosis condition only we can see from malignant tumors.
Different number 5, metastasis.
Metastasis process absent in benign tumors, but present in malignant tumors. Metastasis is the spread of a cancer or other disease from one organ or part of the body to another site.
Different number 6, differentiation.
Cell differentiation is very well in benign tumors and variable in malignant tumors.
Applications in medicine. Children with MHL may present with an enlarging painless abdominal mass. MHL typically manifests as a multicystic liver mass cyst lined with biliary type epithelium and hepatic parenchyma. It is not associated with other disorders. The symptoms. Tumors occurring in the syndromes are characterized by biliary pathogenic variant of DICER1 syndrome. Also, the somatic mutation in each tumor is likely to differ from that from other tumors. In medicine, the study of MHL in two New England cases is helpful to explore the possibility that it is a phenotype of DICER1 syndrome.
Tumors are caused by mutations which are alterations in the DNA sequence of a cell. These modifications alter normal cellular programs. How do mutations occur? Our DNA is continuously damaged by chemical agents such as smoke, or by physical agents such as UV rays and X-rays, or by biological agents like viruses. Our DNA can also be damaged by molecules generated by cell metabolism, such as reactive oxygen species, or during DNA replication. In the first case, we talk about exogenous mutations, since they are caused by external agents. In the second one, we talk about endogenous mutations, since internal agents cause them. There is also another possibility. Mutations can be inherited from our parents, if they were present in their germline cells, the oocyte and the sperm. In the first case, we talk about acquired or somatic mutations. In the second, we talk about inherited mutations. What can we expect in the case of inherited mutations? Everyone has two copies of the same gene. One has been inherited from the mother and the other from the father. If one of the parents carries a mutation in a gene X, then all of the cells will have that mutation. The other copy of the gene is normal. Therefore, cells are viable and function normally. If by chance, in one cell, an event produces a mutation in the second copy of that gene, and if that particular gene is involved in crucial processes such as DNA repair, then DNA repair mechanisms will alter their function. The cell can initiate alternative programs that will cause it to become a cancer cell. Therefore, everybody that inherits this mutation will have an increased risk of developing cancer with respect to the rest of the population, since he or she already has the first mutation.
Pros and cons. Cons. Has a spontaneous regression may be associated with malignant transformation to undifferentiated embryonal sarcoma. In the pros, after surgery, the prognosis of MHL is excellent.
Harmatomas are benign, localized, tumor-like masses that are not true neoplasms. They are composed of two or more tissue types that are normally found at that site, and the tissue mass is non-functioning and disorganized. This is an example of a breast hamartoma. These lesions are sometimes picked up on breast screening and are composed of a fibrous stroma containing lobular and ductal structures. Another common example of a hamartoma is the coin lesion found in the lung, otherwise known as an adenochondroma, because it is composed predominantly of cartilage and bronchial epithelium.
The most common types of benign liver tumors include hemangiomas, which are more of an abnormal nest of blood vessels in the liver, focal nodular hyperplasia, which is a term that refers to areas in the liver which grow essentially larger and quicker than other areas of the liver, and finally adenomas, or abnormal growths of liver cells, which are technically still benign. The causes of benign liver tumors are in large part unknown, particularly when it comes to hemangiomas and focal nodular hyperplasia. Some of these types of diseases can run in families. However, for the most part, we don't know what truly causes them. Adenomas may be one exception. For patients who experience an adenoma, oftentimes that's from an excess in estrogen levels. It's more common historically when the estrogen in women's contraceptives were higher. Nevertheless, we still do see it occasionally today associated with oral contraceptives. By and large, benign liver tumors are watched, meaning we don't do any specific therapy for them. We don't give medications or offer surgeries for them. The one exception is perhaps when tumors cause discomfort or pain. In those cases, we will sometimes offer patients interventions, including medications and potentially surgeries. However, we're careful to evaluate these patients, as it is rare for a benign liver tumor to cause pain or discomfort. The one exception is perhaps a hepatic adenoma. When hepatic adenomas enlarge to a certain size, they become at risk for bleeding and for development of malignancy. So in those cases, we can occasionally offer a resection. The difference between a benign liver tumor and a malignant liver tumor is the ability of the cells that make up that tumor to spread elsewhere in the body and cause harm. For a benign liver tumor, these are things which usually do not grow quickly, and they do not leave the liver and colonize other areas of the body and cause harm. Cancer, on the other hand, can. Cancer invades the normal tissues, spreads throughout the liver, and can go elsewhere in the body, and ultimately can unfortunately take a...
In conclusion, MHO can be caused by DICER1 syndrome and is a phenotype of this. So they can both be associated with germline and somatic mutation of these syndromes in absence of the chromosome 19q13. Thank you.
I had a molar pregnancy, which majority of times ends up in miscarriage. I had cysts throughout my placenta, and late in my pregnancy, the hospital did a routine level 2 ultrasound, and they noticed a cyst in Christina's liver. We were told to see Dr. Adzik over at Children's Hospital. He was a pioneer of so many things. I don't know how we got that lucky. It made us feel like we had the best hope out there for Christina. I was watched with level 2 ultrasounds throughout the rest of the pregnancy, and the cysts would fluctuate up and down for the remainder of the pregnancy. After her birth, she was having problems with difficulty with breathing. It was the size of grapefruit, was what they told me. It was crushing the organs. They gave us two options. One was either a transplant, where they would take a section from either her father or my liver, or to try and do this liver resection. They felt the liver resection was the best thing possible for Christina, and that's how we proceeded. The surgery took a lot longer than what they anticipated. Dr. Adzik was amazing when he came out. He told us that it's a one day at a time with Christina. We removed 7/8 of her liver, but the liver regenerates, and we're gonna do it one day at a time. We took her home 6 weeks later, and she thrived. She now has a liver at one point that looked like a chili pepper. She has a mark that goes from left to right, and it is known as her beauty mark. She is our miracle.
They weren't given a lot of hope, and then when they come to CHOP, hope lives here.